All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to more complexity casting action, bringing you HoN Tour Gold Grand Finals. We're going into a best-of-5 series, guys, and I am so excited to be here. I'm your casting host, Beef, and joining me is the Lalonde of the Stay Green team and my co-caster here for complexity casting. Lalonde, how are you?
I'm doing amazing. How are you doing?
I am doing very, very well, Lalonde. Thank you very much for asking. Oh, I am excited for this game. I'm excited for your in-house league, as we were both playing around with that a little bit yesterday. Maybe you were maybe a little more involved than I was, but I was playing a few games, watching a few games last night. Meanwhile, you were toiling away in the slave labor state, trying to get everybody signed up. But
Yeah, I've got like 2 hours of sleep from it, but
it's okay. You're here. You're here now, and we're going to be getting into this game. So, Pencils versus We Are Spies, formerly known as the Big Boys. That's going to be our match today. And just to let you guys know right off the bat, We Are Spies, they have changed their name. They're also up 1-0 in the series. As a result of coming from the winner's bracket, that is what they're going to be up. So, you know, they're only going to have to take 2 games in this, whereas Pencils, they're going to have to take a full 3 games to win this series.
yeah. What's really interesting about this is not a lot of people know who. I guess I'll call them 007 instead of Big Boys. A lot of people know who they are. They're basically a bunch of high level team members. I don't know if you know how Clan Milks with cookies, mookies, creams, and all of them. This clan is basically like another version of them.
Oh, okay.
Like up and coming people who were like 1900 plus team members in the North American scene.
All right. Well, I've seen them play. This is actually a rematch of the winners bracket finals where We Are Spies, then known as the Big Boys, did actually 2-0 Pencils. So, you know, if Pencils hasn't been able to overcome that and maybe practice up, get a new strategy against 007 over here, we could be in for a short series, but we're already well into this picking stage. So, Lalonde, tell us a little bit about these blind bands.
The blind bands by the Legion, Tundra Wild Soul, those are pretty much standard bands. Wild Soul is ridiculous. He's basically like 2 heroes. And Tundra, you've seen it happen before, where when Tundra gets an eye, he just takes over the map control, and the other team really can't do much. When it comes to the Hellborn blind bands, Keeper of the Forest is a really good suicide and jungler, and Tempest is just a really strong jungler. Probably the 2 best team fight junglers there is right now. So
Yeah.
they're just good bands in general.
Yeah, Keeper of the Forest and Tempest, I mean, they both kind of counter each other, but they don't do the same thing. Like you said, they can push and they team fight so well, but neither of them going to make it into the first game here. Well, first game, second game, I don't even know what to call this. I always get confused because it's a best-of-5 series, but we're up 1 game.
I think technically you can call it game 2, I guess.
Okay, that's the convention we're going to use then, Milan. This is
Go
now
with that.
game 2. For those of you looking for game 1, it doesn't exist. But you can go watch the VODs of the Winners Bracket Finals. Getting into the lock-picking stage. First lock out of Pablo McDad is going to be Ophelia. Of course, powerful jungler right there. And Dirty Mobs for the 007 side responds with Pebbles Fade. So grabbing a couple of those very strong point stun heroes that you might see in a middle lane.
Yeah, those are very good, like dual lane stunners. It's probably the best. It's either Fade, Pebbles, or Magnus. One of those heroes would be really good mid.
Yeah, those are the ones that you typically see. Sometimes you'll see a Meraxis in there as well. Those are one of the other ones that fits in there. Rounding out the lock pool, we do have a support coming in by way of a Luna. So we'll see if she pairs up with Fade or the Pebbles. And then, of course, Bubble's going to be making his way in, a suicide hero. We'll see if either team picks him up. I know that Pablo McDad does love that hero. And then Warbeast rounds it out. So a couple of those strong pushing junglers were banned out, Keeper of the Forest and Tempest. But Ophelia and Warbeast make it in, so we'll see if either of those get picked up.
Yeah, it's pretty funny because Warbeast and Bubbles work really well together, but each team locked the hero. Like one Pencils locked the Bubbles and 007 locked the Warbeast. But
Yeah.
Warbeast and Bubbles are a very good combination together. It's funny.
Now, what does make them such a strong combination together?
The fact that when the Bubbles ulti, it gets people in it, and then Warbies can just go to town on whoever, and they can't really escape the Bubbles ulti without getting stunned longer.
Yeah, just being able to pound an auto attack damage. That makes sense. Going into the bans now, we do have the first ban, Moon Queen. So a hero that I have just seen probably more than any other hero in the past month, I would say Moon Queen. And her winning percentage is absurdly high. And definitely makes sense that she's banned here. Continuing with Pablo's bans, he goes for Jeraziah and Plague Rider as well. So just does not want to see either of those heroes being in there, and bans out a solid Suicide and Jeraziah. I mean, we saw him being played by Druids yesterday in the series against Pencils, and Druids looked pretty dominant with him. Unfortunately, was not able to bring out the series win. Ended up dropping it 2-1.
Yeah, I actually caught a few of those games in between with the IHL stuff, but yeah, even there's a few people whispering me being like, "Wow, Druids is actually beating Pencils. What the heck's going on?" And like, "Oh, they're getting Jeraziah." They comment like that. I was like, but those are pretty standard bans. Plague Rider is probably one of the easiest Suicide heroes to play and not die with.
That's why he's one of my favorites. Even a bad like me can play him.
Due to his deny. And then Jeraziah's amazing team fight potential, giving their hard carry the magic immunity and the physical immunity with his ultimate. And Moon Queen's like the new Dark Lady, I guess you could say. If you're not playing against Dark Lady, you're playing against Moon Queen. If you're not playing against Moon Queen, you're playing against Dark Lady.
I'm saying that Moon Queen is quickly making its way to the top carry spot. Like, better than Silhouette, better than Draconis, better than Dark Lady. I'm willing to put Moon Queen up there.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but the new the new gold edition avatar for Moon Queen, I believe the glaives are bugged when you try to toggle it off to heroes only.
What?
I think that was brought up to people as well, so I don't know if they're gonna use that skin or not. If
that sucks. I bought that skin
for the HoN Tour matches. I don't know if people are going to use that and realize it.
All right. We're pretty well into the picking stage here. First pick coming out, it was, in fact, Wretched Hag over there for Pablo McDad. Lalonde, is she your first pick worthy hero?
Definitely. Definitely a really good first pick hero.
All right. Well,
works really well. The only thing you have to worry about is landing him versus the bubbles.
Yeah. Landing him against the bubbles can be somewhat difficult. The silence and, of course, the shell surf able to put out some damage there. Picks number 2 and 3 across the aisle. We have Dirty Mobs picking up Pharaoh and Glacius. So that's going to be their counter pick to Wretched Hag. Of course, grabbing the support. And then a solo suicide type hero. I like it a lot. I love seeing Pharaoh in the game. His aggressive potential. And Lalonde, they round out with Torturer and the Bird.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about oo7 picks for a second. Since I know these guys personally, like I've seen them and teamed with them, I know they love to pick Dragon. I guess you can say they're Dragon pickers. And Pharaoh's a really good counter initiation to whatever Hag decides to jump on. And with the Pharaoh Mummy Wall and Draconis, it works very well in team fights because they get stuck in the Mummy Wall.
Yeah, that is certainly nice. And so we did have the Zephyr and the Torture, and now Warbeast being picked up by Pencils. So that's a lot of pushing potential. I would not be too surprised to see them kind of round out with the Luna and maybe pick up another pusher. But they could also be rolling Bassets on that supporter like we saw yesterday in the series against Druids. What do you think Pencil's going to round out with here?
I have like a little time to decide, but I have a feeling they're going to round it out with the Aluna. They're going to probably suicide the Hag with Torture middle and then Aluna, Zephyr, safe lane with Warbeast and jungle.
Yeah. It's either Luna or Bubbles.
Yeah,
Bubbles.
It was basically Luna or Bubbles. They're either going to put the support Torture or the support Aluna.
Yeah.
Either of them are fine.
I have a little inside information there as Torture did play a support role yesterday with a similar lineup to this in game number 3 against Druids yesterday.
Yeah, I've noticed a lot of teams have been picking up Torture and putting him on the support role, which actually is not bad. That's what I like about that hero. He can go mid, he can support,
yeah,
he can roam. It's very strong, solid hero.
He is definitely versatile. As we're getting into this game, guys, so Pencils versus 007, We Are Spies. Going into game number 2 here, of course, 1-0 advantage for We Are Spies coming from the winner's bracket. And Milan, we did not finish talking about the other side, though. They finish out with Fade and Pebbles. So with Fade, Pebbles, and Pharaoh, holy crap, do they have some initiation.
Yeah, Legion's going to need some really good wards and probably pick up a gem relatively as soon as he can.
Yeah, getting that gem, of course, helps to protect you from Fade for sure, but like you
not
said,
only the Fade, it's just the fact they need to get the gem, probably roam as 2 or 3 to make sure that the Pebbles and Fade don't pick off their jungler or their Zephyr.
Yeah, you really do need to try to protect that Zephyr and the War Beast. Now, interesting to note, I mean, taking a look at the Legion team, to me, it seems like there's not going to be enough farm to go around.
Yeah, you need farm on a lot of those heroes.
Yeah, I mean, you really want to get farm on your War Beast and your Zephyr, of course. You need to get farm on your Hag, and even Bubbles. Like, Pablo McDad's going to want to be able to get something like a decently early portal key. And, I mean, Torture, he'd love to have farm, but he's going to be playing the support role. So, I don't know. Is there going to be enough farm to go around for these heroes, or did they pick perhaps one too many item-dependent heroes?
That's hard to say. It depends. It's really going to be a lot up to the support. It's going to have to stack the jungle for the Zephyr. The jungler's going to have to be able to rotate between 3 camps, so he has to be a good jungler at that. If they know how to play their heroes, they know how to jungle, I think they'll be okay. They're not going to get like 600 GPM on their Zephyr. They'll get roughly 500. But everyone else should be around 300 if they play everything correctly.
Yeah. Now, looking at the Hellborn side, is 4 of them do move into the 5 of them, actually. They're going to be moving down to the opposite jungle. What do you think their lane setup's going to be like?
That's interesting. I'm not too sure. They could tri-lane the Draconis with Fade, and then put Pebbles middle and Pharaoh top, or Pharaoh mid and Pebbles top.
Yeah.
I think that's what they're going to end up doing, because I don't see a point in sending your hard carry bottom and then missing a creep wave, having to go all the way back top.
Yeah, exactly. So they're going to be doing a little bit of pseudo tri-laning down here. This is something I saw yesterday in your Cryo 9 in-house league. And I believe it was, in fact, a Dragon Fade, and then I want to say it was an Aluna instead of a Glacius. But damn, did we get swindled. It was like banning draft or something, and somehow they end up with this super try-hard team when we have, like, Blitz and, like, something else terrible.
Oh yeah, it looks like they're going to try them out. The cool thing about that is they can just send Glacius middle if Pebbles needs help, or if they're doing fine bottom.
Yep, I do like this lane setup, so Pebbles will be going up solo, and, well, he's going to find himself matched up against Hag, which is a matchup that he should have a decent time in.
Yeah. Yeah.
At least he's not getting 1v2.
Yeah, it'll be decent. It's not the best, but...
Yeah. Bottom lane, Bassett's, and we do have Flensmeister. They're going to be hanging out, doing the 2v3 lane. As long as they are able to keep the tower pushed up, I think that Pencil should have a decent time down here in experience. However, Zephyr is going to struggle for farm, most likely.
Oh yeah, they need to keep the lane control at the tower. Most likely he's going to just sit here for XP, throw a hatchet once in a while, get some CS, but the thing is, if Zephyr tries to go up to last hit, he's just going to get Fade stunned to Glacius Freeze, and then Draconis is going to use his, what's it called, Dragon Flame on him.
It's unfortunate that the Dragon Flame does push away. I wish that just kind of slowed you and didn't push away, but that would probably be a little bit too strong. As well, yeah, Zephyr's certainly going to have a hard time getting some last hits down here. You can see Fade just in there trying to deny back the wave as best as possible, and with 3 players trying to deny back the wave, they will be successful with that and start to push back here relatively soon.
Yeah, Zephyr cannot go anywhere near that. He'll die. He not go near that.
He just wants to be able to get in range of the experience. Now, the middle lane matchup, Pebble's currently level 3. He is 4-2 in terms of CS as opposed to the 4-1 of Hag. So even though he's taking some damage, he's keeping up in CS. That's kind of the problem here with the range versus melee, is you're going to be able to get the CS, but you also take a lot of damage, so you're going to have to blow a lot of regen.
Yeah, the idea would be that The thing is, I'm surprised he didn't get a shield too, knowing he was going to be against Hag.
Yeah.
Hag would do no auto attack damage pretty much if he had a shield. But his idea is that he gets his bottle before he runs out of regen. That would be the ideal thing for him.
Would indeed be ideal. Now, top lane, we do have Bubbles going up against Pharaoh. And this matchup, what do you expect up here?
I think it should be even for the most part. I don't think either of them can kill each other until 6. Bubbles, in my opinion, does have a small advantage early on, but the later it goes, Pharaoh catches up. Because Pharaoh can outplay him and then hook him and then have his Hellfire tick on him while he's in a mummy wall.
Alright.
I do expect this War Beast to switch jungles. It's very unsafe for him to jungle a War jungle safe lane when they're pseudo tri-laning bottom.
Yeah. And so
He doesn't really offer anything to the tri-lane, and he's much safer top where there's no one.
And it looks like he will be moving out of there. So, good decision right now by Fine. Now, the bottom lane, there was that rotation, like you said. Warbeast was taking some pressure in his own jungle as soon as Draconis was in good lane position. That is the proper decision here. But that did allow Zephyr and Torture to come up, and with that, Zephyr was able to make a couple last hits. He's up to 3-1 now. And, well, Draconis even taking some pressure, but the chain reaction stun does miss. Unfortunate there.
So yeah, I believe if the chain reaction hit, he would have definitely died there.
Yeah, certainly would have. Fade kind of stalking around here in the middle lane, looking like she wants to land a Burning Shadows onto Wretched Hag, but she does reveal herself.
I like how Glacius noticed that Warbeast went to the other jungle and is now harassing him.
Yep.
Shutting down and slowing his farm. It's not going to really shut him down because eventually the wolves can out-harass the Glacius, but he is shutting his farm down, forcing him to go back to the other jungle, wasting more time.
Yeah, this is exactly what you need to do against one of these junglers like a Legionnaire or a Warbeast that can't really fight back super effectively at low levels. And you can just kind of waste their time, make them get in a little bit of trouble as top lane Rookie's going in on Bubbles. Bubbles should be able to escape this with a Shell Surf, and there it is. Pablo actually runs right into a Glacius, takes an Ice Imprisonment. But he will be fine after all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, where Pharaoh can just walk up to Bubbles, shoot his Hellfire, and then Bubbles is going to be forced to Shell Surf into a hook by Pharaoh. Like, you can outplay him like that. So I stated Pharaoh gains a bigger advantage the longer it goes.
Yeah, he certainly does. Now, if you actually, well, more action in the top lane. Pablo McDad might be in trouble. No, he uses the Shell Surf. He's not out of mana, so he's not going to be able to do that again. But take some more pressure up there. Taking a look at the GPM tab, it's pretty much even here. Pebbles, Draconis, and Pharaoh all farming well. But then you have a very big drop-off. 73, just right around the 70 gold per minute mark is where these two tri-lane supports are. And of course, they're a little bit under-leveled as well compared with some of the other players. So that's where the tri-lane kind of fails compared to the jungle.
Yeah, that's the disadvantage of having a tri-lane. Against a jungler, you're going to get out-leveled for the most part, and your supports aren't going to get farm. But that's the idea between Glacius pushing Warbeast out of the jungle and harassing him and stuff like that to slow it down.
Oh, Burning Shadows attempt there by Fade, but does not connect. But like you said, you know, you're going to get out-leveled. So you just got to do what you can with the farm that you're able to get onto some of these heroes. Is, you know, present in the middle lane on Pebbles. He's doing very well, 50 gold up on his opponent. Draconis, she's going to be very close to the top farm in the game, pushing 300. And, of course, that Pharaoh in the top lane doing well against Bubbles, doubling his opponent's farm up there.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Pharaoh gets a kill relatively soon from outplaying the Bubbles.
Yeah.
I know that Rookie likes to play pretty aggressive when he has the opportunity to, so.
Yeah, I certainly do recall that from the last series. And, well, Rookie is level 6 now, and with that level 1 Tormented Soul spam, just kind of whittling away at Bubbles. Warbeast taking some more pressure in the jungle. Level 2 Glacius just continuing to put pressure on that. But like you said, eventually the Wolves are going to be able to defend themselves. And, well, then Glacius might be in a little bit of trouble, but that time is not yet.
The thing that kind of confuses me is that When Warbeast has his dog scouting, he sees that Glacius and Fade are at the river. Why doesn't Torture and Zephyr just go for a shot at the dragon? They know that it's a 2v1 situation. If you land chain reaction stun on a gusted Draconis, you're gonna kill him.
Yeah, you certainly could. As in top lane, Pablo McDad might be in trouble once again. Shell Surf goes out, and he does port to it, but there's the hook right there. First blood. Pharaoh with the outplay, like you said.
Yeah, I saw that coming.
Well, when you get to that level and your Pharaoh's just able to run you down as a combo comes out on a Wretched Hag in the middle lane. Pebbles might be in a little bit of trouble, though. No, Hag does blink away. Does not want to tango with that Pebbles just yet. Well, she's coming back in, so maybe she does.
Yeah, it's not really the Bubble's fault. It's just how the matchup goes.
Yeah.
There's not much you can do. As soon as, like, Pharaoh gets that life tube with the shield, you're not going to be able to push him out of lane. He's going to get the last hits, and eventually he's just going to man up on you.
And there you go. He does man up, so Rookie scores first blood, and with that, up to 324 gold per minute, top in the game. We Are Spies off to a great start here. 2,200 gold up and about 1,600 experience. Their Dragon farming well, 322 gold per minute in that bottom lane. And of course, Pebbles and Pharaoh farming extremely well as well.
Yeah, Zephyr has 142 GPM.
It's not good.
That's very not good against a 300 GPM heroes.
Not good indeed. So that's where at 8 minutes into this game, they're down about 2,400 gold, and that's a big part why. Of course, the experience lead is not as large, a lot in part due to that jungler, but We Are Spies, they've laned very, very well here, and they're able to take an advantage, which is what you need to do when you're running tri-lane against a jungle. You need to be able to crush your lanes, and they've won all three.
Yeah, I like this kind of running done by Dirty Mobs. He made it check so there's no Rune Ward bottom and no Lane Ward bottom, because they have to switch their lanes out. Their Draconis needs to go safe lane. They probably need to start stacking the jungle once in a while and get even more ahead. Pharaoh is level 8. He should definitely start ganking bottom.
Yeah, once the Pharaoh is able to get in there, as Pebbles is actually there, and where's the Slagmites? Combo onto Zephyr, doesn't even need help. Present picks up a kill right there. And well, Warbeast is here, level 6. Are they going to go in? Does not look like it. There simply is not enough life on Torture, and Warbeast not confident that he can take everybody down.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate for Pencils because they have a Word of Revelation right by, and Pebbles walked through it. However, they don't have any vision, so they weren't able to see that Pebbles invisible.
Rough. Top lane, Draconis has actually moved up here to go one-on-one with Bubbles as Dragonflame comes out there, and Pablo McDad's going to man up, misses the Shell Surf, though.
If he hit that Shell Surf, I believe Dragon would have died.
I think so, but unfortunate there that he does miss it, and now the Kelp Field unavailable, and he's still pretty low on life, so if Dragon mans up on him, if Pharaoh makes his way up there or anything, Pablo could be in some trouble.
Yeah, I like how they rotated the Pebbles bottom, who's been already getting really good farm.
Yeah.
And now anytime Zephyr walks up to the lane, he's still risking the fact of dying.
He certainly is. So Zephyr, he's just kind of hanging out down there. 130 gold per minute is not where you want your carry to be at 10 minutes into the game. I mean, the only person farming decently well is... Oh, actually, Hag gets a kill on Draconis up there in the top lane. Sweet Pro with the man up. And, well played there.
Yeah, the one thing that I could, I guess, harp on 0074 for is they did a really good lane swap. They did really good counter warding for lane wards. The one thing they didn't do, though, is get a lane ward for your hard carry top after you swap lanes. If you're going to put Draconis top, you should get him a lane ward, especially when there's a Hag and a Bubbles in the game where they both can just roam around the map really easily.
Yeah, if they're able to get that initiation, then they are able to pick up some kills there. So, Set and Dragon back down to 280 gold per minute. Still over twice the amount of Zephyr, but...
Yeah, that was really well played by Pencil. They noticed the lane swap, and they went and took advantage of it and got a kill on Draconis. They really needed that as well.
Yeah, now, Bubbles wasn't there. He was in position, but he didn't actually assist with that at all. It looks like Hag just kind of outplayed him, went for the Bat Blast Sonar Scream, and Draconis was still low on life.
Yeah, I believe Draconis was still low on life from their previous harass by the Bubbles, so
yeah.
Just needed a one Hag ulti.
Yeah. Lane Ward does go down here from Bubbles now. Level 3 Bubbles might get caught out of position. Where's the Kelp Field? not going to use it just yet. If he was able to see what we saw, then he would have certainly gone in for the kill. But unfortunately, I can't yell at him and say, Pablo, kill the Glacius now. Always...
Yeah, if only they could have the power to see what we see.
Indeed. Now Pebbles picks up a haste rune and might try to get up here. Of course, Warbeast and Torture do spot them out as they run by. But well, not going to be going for a kill just yet. Hasted Pebbles, though, that's hasted level 9 Pebbles, over-leveling all these people in the bottom lane, especially level 6 Torture. Could be a recipe for bad times for Tort.
Yeah, Torture still doesn't have boots. He's suffering right now, really bad.
He is indeed suffering. Poor Bassett. Watching him in the game yesterday when he was playing Supporter, and the first thing I said was, I do not like Support Torture. I think that the hero is too level and item dependent to be played effectively as a support. And then he went like 7-0-5 or something on Torture. And I was like, okay, well, I guess Bassett's as, well, Pharaoh might be in a little bit of trouble mid. He does have a Helm of the Black Legion, but, well, they're going to turn it around. Warbeast takes a Wrath of the Pharaoh there. The Metamorphosis activated, but not going to matter. The combo comes out of Pebbles, and down goes Fane. And, wow. I guess that's a portal key on Pebbles.
Really, really good pick off.
Oh, bottom lane. Fade goes down. Zephyr scores a kill, and Bassett's actually gets the last hit there. So maybe Supporter works. He still hasn't died as the combo comes out onto the Zephyr, and he goes down.
They should have totally seen that. They have a Rune Ward bottom. They should have totally seen Pebbles haste bottom after going middle.
Yeah, they probably should have. They were paying too much attention to the Fade, trying to get the kill on that. Unfortunately, Zephyr loses his life for the second time, falling behind again.
Yeah, I mean the Zephyr and the Warbeast died. The two carries you need to stay alive after being behind so far. They died. Just so much more in oo7's favor after that.
Yeah, it is certainly in oo7's favor as they are at about 4,000 gold, 3,000 experience advantage. 14 minutes into the game. Dracon is still struggling to really find farm, and they've done a good job of keeping the dragon down as they might try to go once again up top. Hag and Bubbles are in position to maybe get a kill, and Shellsurf goes out. Will scout out Glacius, perhaps? Did that see Glacius?
I believe it barely hit vision for him. I don't think it hit Glacius, but it gave him enough vision to see that he was there.
Yeah. All right.
Zephyr still hasn't been able to afford a life tube at 15 minutes in the game. That is rough.
He's suffers Zephyring. Sometimes you just get anti-birded. Like
anti-birded.
It's turkey season, man.
Oh look, now they have Fade ult to check out the scout, and then they have Pebbles. They're just gonna take control of this bottom lane.
They certainly are, as Fade does get quite a bit of vision. Combo onto Torture, and down goes Bassett's. President saying, you know what, you can get that kill, but I'm going to just take it away from you. And Torture able to pick up boots, but does take a fall right there.
Yeah, and they also forced a port from Bubbles, which means that Dracono's top lane should be a little bit safer to farm. He's probably going to try to push it.
Warbeast grabs the tower in the middle, but Hag pays for it as she does take a fall. The combo from Pebbles doing work here. Present 4-0-1, 350 gold per minute as he just gets so lucky with the regen rune. And that's a couple more kills with that regen rune.
He's been playing it very well. I think he managed a 13-minute portal key 1v1 versus the Hag. It's pretty strong. I do believe Pebbles has a slight favor, though, in that matchup. There's not much Hag can do. Hag's not going to be able to outlast hit a Pebbles, especially with the hatchet. That's rough, really rough. And Pebbles can deny the lane to the tower, so it's a little bit expected.
Yeah, it is. And, well, Bassett's just spots out Pebbles with a ward of sight. Does Pebbles spot out Bassett's, though? Oh, Torture might be in a little bit of trouble. Pebbles might be in a little bit of trouble as well, though, as Legion team wants to get over here. Kelpfield goes down. Pebbles is going to be in some trouble. Sonar Scream is there. The Song of the Sea is there. Down goes Torture. Pebbles able to escape for now. The Gust comes in and Pebbles goes down. The Typhoon's there. Bat Blast cleans up Fade. Bubbles goes down as well to the Dragon. Nice support there from the Hellborn team. And, well, looks like Zephyr might be in a little bit of trouble. Cuts down a tree and will be able to find safety in his tower.
Yeah, that was just very good team, I guess you can say teamwork by oo7. They were able to call out the jump onto Pebbles and get down there and get 2 more kills. The bad thing is that Pebbles did die. At this point in the game, Fade dying, it sucks, but he's not really going to get farmed. You guys already committed that through the tri-lane, so it's not big a deal him dying, as long as other people get kills. I think Draconis got a kill as well that fight.
Yeah, I think he did indeed. So 1-0 now on Draconis, as he's very close to overtaking the Pharaoh. All 3 of these players on the Hellborn team are just constantly trying to overtake one another for the top farm. Now, let's talk about the War Beast. He's been kind of silent for a little while. Fane has been starting to farm pretty well, though, up to 320 gold per minute, finishes up his Steam Boots, finishes up that Mighty Blade, and this is a hero that had a big impact in yesterday's series against Druids. He was able to make some comebacks with War Beast starting bad early on, and then able to make his presence felt in the later game.
Oh yeah, that's totally what the hero does, and that's what he needs to be doing right now. He needs to farm, get his Shrunken Head before they even think about team fighting.
Yeah, and that Shrunken Head, only about 1,300 gold off, as in bottom lane, Flensmeister goes down once again. He just picked up that Helm of the Black Legion, as Torture takes a fall over here. Yeah, Torture's going to take a fall. Pharaoh might be in some trouble, though. He's going to need 1 more auto attack, and Pharaoh does go down, so great return kill by Sweet Pro.
Oh, couldn't the Pebbles, maybe he lost vision?
Yeah,
I thought Pebbles could have just portal key comboed him.
He definitely could have. As top lane, down goes Glacius. Draconis trying to score the kill onto Bubbles, not quite able to, though. And Hag might try to finish off the Dragon. Goes in, whereas the Bat Blast does not have enough mana, and now Hag might get turned around upon. The Fade is here, not going to be going in, but Pebbles invis. Here comes, not doing anything just yet. Wants to wait for the rest of his team. Side might go out, but a big whiff. The Burning Shadows misses as well. And, oh, Present, what are you doing, buddy?
He does so good, and then he does that one mistake. It's like he takes away all the other stuff he's been doing good. It's like, how you're invisible, how do you miss that stun? But, I mean, it happens, so.
It does happen,
it's
but...
It's embarrassing when it does, and it sucks when it does, but it does happen.
Yeah, Sweet Pro, if he had fallen right there, then, well, the lead would have been pretty great for oo7, but with a couple of good kills recently from the Pencils team, and Warbeast continuing to farm well, Sweet Pro starting to farm pretty well, and Flensmeister making a little bit of a comeback. Well, Pencils, I mean, they're only down 2,000 gold in experience right now. And at 20 minutes into the game, that's not a huge amount by any means, especially with these recovery heroes that they have.
Oh yeah, it's definitely not that bad. I mean, getting a good Bubbles ult on top of a Zephyr with Warbeast ulting with the Shrunken Head and Wretched Hag. The thing with Bubbles Wretched Hag is that you doesn't matter which one of them ults as long as one of them ults first. Yeah. The slow from the Wretched Hag ult helps the Warbeast and the Zephyr. The not be able to move outside the ult from the Bubbles ult helps Zephyr and Warbeast.
Yeah, it certainly does. So top lane, Bubbles might be in a little bit of trouble. No, Fade will not be opening just yet. And Pablo, he's up to 202 gold per minute, down from where he was at about 120. So he's able to finish off his Steam Boots with a strong core of a Grave Locket now, Mystic Vestments, Mana Battery, Ring of the Teacher. Not looking too bad. If he's able to hit level 11 soon, might be in good shape. Pebbles in bad shape in the bottom lane. Going to be trying to bring down Torture before he goes down, but no! Sweet Pro puts an end to that. Sonar Scream to pick up the kill. I don't know what was going on down there. I saw the initiation, like, right on the tail end of the initiation, but Pebbles just looked to be caught out of position.
What happened was that he initiated a thing he can pick off bottom lane, but since the lane was there, Wretched Hag came just in time.
Well, but he didn't use his Stalagmites or Chuck. The Typhoon was dropped before he used any of his spells.
Yeah, I don't really know what he's
I think
thinking.
he like, missed his portal key or something. As top lane's going to be in trouble for the Legion. Pharaoh and Draconis are here. Wrath of Pharaoh goes in onto Warbeast, activates the newfound Shrunken Head, though. Bubbles is going to try to get out of there, uses the Shell Surf, and will start to portal on away. And it looks like both players are going to be able to escape, and they take the tower in the bottom lane. So nice distraction.
Yeah, that was very well played by Pencils. Wait, what did they... Okay, I have no idea why Draconis TP'd bottom. He could have stayed in farm top.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen them.
Oh, he's doing Ancients. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, he's doing Ancients. I was like, wait a second. Why did he just TP bottom? They were clearly fine.
Gotcha. Now, Zephyr's starting to do some neutral creeps as well as he cleans up a double stack and a triple stack there in the jungle. Propelling himself back up into respectable farm ranges. Bubbles is in some trouble up top. They want to get a kill onto Fade, but they're not quite able to. A nice mummy wall there from Rookie. Actually, probably just saved his teammate's life.
Oh, it definitely saved his teammates. I mean, you saw Hag. He couldn't really... Because he blinked there and then he couldn't move out.
It was a really nice mummy wall. That's for sure. Now, Warbeast and the rest of the Legion team making their way up here. Everybody but Zephyr is now in this top lane. Level 13 Warbeast is going to be able to bring down this tower so quickly. Glyph of Fortification activated. Where are the TPs, though? Wasted Glyph.
Yeah, I don't... That's one thing. I don't like when people use a Glyph if they're not going to defend a tower. It's a waste. There's no reason to use the Glyph if you're not going to defend it.
I agree. I do completely agree. Old Shadow connects here.
I guess if it's early on, it makes sense. I mean, they can't really kill the tower early on unless they have a push hero. But... like 24 minutes in the game, you're using a Glyph and not defending the tower. I don't like that, because most players are not going to mess up the last hit on the tower if that's what they want.
Yeah.
So
I'd mess it up, but that's just me.
I'd probably have a slight chance of messing it up too, but it depends. Some people like giving it, so it gives more gold to the whole team instead of the single player.
That's what I do. I'm a team player, so even when I'm trying to hit it, I'm happy if I miss it. So.
Like, oh yeah, I meant to miss it.
It was totally so you could get your portal key a little bit earlier. Come on.
I'm a team player, don't you know?
Oh man, I mentioned Old Shadow connecting real quick. I just do want to give a big shout out to the HoN Tour admins who worked so hard. And Lon, you're a newfound admin yourself. You know how much hard work it is to actually keep a league running smooth. As these admins are working all the time to try to get these games set up, resolve any conflicts, set up reschedules, all that kind of stuff. So big shout out to the HoN Tour admins. Of course, you got Chuck64, Mr. Old Shadow, Inkland, Roland. Big shout out to all you guys. Do appreciate the work that you're doing and helping out whenever we need you.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job. I really do respect them for that.
I mean, HoN Tour has gone very well so far. Yeah. Like I was kind of skeptical, like, oh, it's taking forever. It's just not really ever going to do anything. But you know what? Every weekend we're getting awesome games.
The old HoN Tour, but that's funny.
Warbeast getting close to being the top farmer in the game now. With that Shrunken Head finished up and another 500 gold saved up now, he's going to be making his way toward his next big item. I do believe that Fane does like to go for a Brutalizer in his build. I think he goes for that after a Soul's Bulwark, and generally speaking after a Demonic, though.
Yeah. My item thing's not working.
There
I can't keep the items pulled out on my specking. I don't
really?
You know what, but yeah, do you know what button that is?
Hit F1 a couple of times.
Okay, there you go. Sorry about that. Yeah, I do like Brutalizer picked up on the Warbeast. It's... Will they jump in? Okay. I was like, are they going to jump on him or not? Or?
I was watching that too. It's like, hold your breath.
But I do love Brutalizer on Warbeast. I think it's almost a must item.
Oh, Hags can go in right there, using the sonar screen just to clean up a couple creeps. Warbeast activates the ultimate as well, and he's not going to be able to find anybody just yet. So Legion team, they do need to retreat pretty fast here if they do not want to get caught out of position and counter-initiated on.
Oh yeah, I really hope Draconis takes advantage that he saw Warbeast bottom, and then I'm pretty sure Pebble saw Warbeast top ulted. He should clear a few of the camps in the Legion jungle. I mean, they have a ward inside the hard camp, so he'll see if he clears the medium camp and the pull camp, he'll see them coming. And he can even use the illusion if he wants to. I feel he should have used that to clear the camps as well. Get a
Yeah,
little
I
bit extra
agree.
farm, knowing that Warbeast was top as well.
I definitely agree with you. Now, something else that I really do agree with, Jackal has been using his Ward of Sights to block out camps. You see one in the Ancients, you see one in the camp where Hag was just right now. But, well, very well done, making sure to manage your opponent's resources, trying to make sure that they can't really catch up to you. And when you have as much map vision as you do via the Fade and the Pharaoh, you don't necessarily need as many wards on the map. You can use them to do some camp blocking, so I like this choice.
Oh yeah, he's doing an amazing job. He has a lane ward middle to help, because there's the only lane with the top is tier 1 tower, but it's a lane with a tier 1 tower. If you're gonna lane ward, you need to lane ward the lane with the tier 1 tower so you can see them TPing. He has a ward bottom to protect his ancients, and he has a ward blocking the ancients for the other team, knowing that they're behind, and that's one way they're gonna catch up, especially with the ward beast on the team. And he's blocking the hard camp. But those are very well placed wards and very smart. When it comes to the Legion team, I do like the ward that Bass has placed in the Hellborn jungle. However, I feel he could have placed it down a little bit more near the ramp so he could get a little bit more important vision.
Interesting. Now, Fade does do a little bit of counter warding in the bottom lane, using that reflection, the clear vision that she gets along with her Bound Eye to make sure that nobody's going to spot out this Kongor. And so far, the Legion team appears to be caught completely unawares, as this is going to be a free Kongor kill for the Hellborn team.
Yeah, I don't think there's much. I mean, they can send a Warbeast dog if they think, but I don't think they could fight that.
Yeah,
right
they probably could not fight that. And they're getting some big items. I mean, Warbeast has finished up that Soul's Bulwark and now up to 1,800 gold once again. So he already had it, actually, when I was talking about it earlier. It was being delivered to him. And Zephyr finishes up a Barrier Idol. Nice item to have for sure. And Hag, Sweeper goes for a Nullstone. What do you think of that?
It's not a bad item, especially. Did he see Pharaoh's working on his Hellfire? I'm sure he saw Pharaoh working on the Hellfire. That's probably why he continued going with it.
Yeah, Pharaoh had the Arcanas showing for quite some time.
That's a very good item when it comes to that. But Pebbles can still combo you with a Nullstone, so.
Oh, Glacius is in some trouble right now as dogs do spot him out. Legion team,
I think it might have been better for him to go Shrunken Head into a Hellflower and just initiate with that, because the Nullstone build makes him feel like he's gonna get initiated on by Pharaoh and he needs a way to stop the Hellflower.
Yeah. Huh. So you think he'll go Shrunken Head a little bit later? Or is that too
I feel he
defensive?
should have gone Shrunken Head into Hellflower, not Nullstone.
Yeah, but with his current build, do you think he'll go for a Shrunken Head later? Or is that too defensive?
I'm not too sure. I'd like to see a Shrunken Head on Hag eventually.
Yeah.
But I'm not too sure what he's going to go next. Is there items in the courier? No. Yeah, I'm not too sure.
All right. Well, we are going to go into a pause real quick here at the 30-minute mark, guys. So we are at about a 2,500 gold lead and a 2,800 experience lead for oo7. We are Spies. And, well, they're still looking pretty good. I mean, if we take a look at the gold per minute charts, Draconis leads the charge at 451 gold per minute. The Pharaoh and Pebbles, the initiators, down there in the 300 range. And then Suffer supports Fade and Glacius are just pretty broke. I mean, Fade, the only item she's been able to pick up other than Striders was that Bound Eye, which is just chilling in town right now. Drops that so that she does not actually lose that.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Fade is relatively close to a portal key, though. Even though we talk about how much farm he's not getting, and he hasn't gotten any kills, he's still relatively close to his portal key.
Yeah, he is getting kind of close, isn't he? 400 gold off of that portal key, and that will be an awesome initiation tool. Able to use the ground stun to actually bypass the Nullstone there for Wretched Hag, and of course, able to land 2 or 3 of those, or excuse me, to stun out 2 or 3 people, and that's a great initiation for your team.
Yeah, I really love the portal key. I don't remember who started that. I think it was an Emperor who started the portal key fade.
I don't know.
Everyone always used to go, Fade Ghost Watchers into break the Ghost Watchers off and get a Codex.
Was it Eternal Envy?
Wait, Eternal Envy played Fade?
I don't know. I
don't
have
think
like
Fade was around when he was
I don't know,
playing
man. I think that he was. I have a distinct memory of watching Eternal Envy play Fade.
Oh, either way, the game's starting, and
oh, top lane. Draconis in some trouble. He dusts off the Nullstone. The Kelp Field goes out. Stalagmites onto Warbeast. They're going to try to turn it around. Warbeast does not activate his Shrunken Head. Draconis goes down. Token of Life going to bring him back up. Wretched Hag goes down. Bubbles to follow. And wow, a big turnaround right there. Torture still in some trouble. Chuck goes out. Auto attacks come in. And Torture goes down. Hat trick for Diglett on the Dragon. And so 15 seconds ago, I said this game was pretty even.
And then they just got a hat trick on their hard carry, who's already been free farming all game, and now they're going to get a tower, possibly 2 towers off
They
of
might
that.
even get 3. They might get 2 in the top lane and then 1 in the mid.
Yeah,
they're
they
gonna
can
get 3.
tell that Pebbles has been getting haste all game. It's like he's permanently hasted. It's really annoying when that happens.
It is true. It's like a double damage Nomad. I don't know why Nomads have double damage all the time, but they do.
What was that button they pressed all the time? D or something?
Monkey King presses the D button to get hastes. So it's really unfortunate. I think that if Warbeast had just activated his Shrunken Head as he went in for the kill there on Draconis, they would have been able to get the kill on Draconis and get out of there without anybody dying.
Yeah, sorry, I have to comment. I really love the barbed armor pickup by Pharaoh.
Yeah, you do. I know how much you love barbed armor, Lalonde.
I love the item, and it's very good against the Legion team. I mean, what's Warbeast gonna do if, like, let's say Pharaoh hooks him and then Mummy Walls and pops barbed armor? Warbeast's just gonna sit there,
Yeah.
like doing nothing. It's essentially like taking a hero out of the fight.
Lalonde, if there's anything I've learned about you, it's that you love barbed armor, storm spirits, lane wards, and Korean barbecue.
It's pretty accurate.
Pretty accurate, yeah. As Fade's trying to maybe get a kill onto Wretched Hag, of course, a little bit afraid with that Nullstone, so not going to be able to get that right away. Fade, by the way, does pick up that portal key, so good pickup for him. And I was very confused at what the hell Pharaoh. He used a Wrath of the Pharaoh on his own Ancients. Like, he was over near the Kongor pit, and then Wrath of the Pharaoh at his own Ancients. And it, of course, doesn't hit Ancients, so he didn't move anywhere. I was just like, okay, like, what? I don't understand what that was, but
Could have been a misclick.
yeah, it probably was a misclick because it did not appear to have any purpose. Of course, not a huge mana investment with that Hellflower, and only 40-second cooldown.
Yeah, I don't. What is Legion sticking to like the Ancients and 2 jungle camps right now? They're that scared.
Yeah, they are indeed scared. 9,000 golden experience down. Warbeast, I mean, he's got 2,100 gold saved up. We'll see if he goes for a Warp Cleft or maybe a Brutalizer next. As they're going to go on to the Pebbles in the middle lane, activate the Metamorphosis, though, and Warbeast will soon find out that he is sad because he's going to be able to get Burning Shadows comes out. The Cull is there as well. Pebbles comes in with a haste, and he's going to be able to get the combo. Warbeast, will he be able to escape? No, hasted Pebbles just too fast. Wretched Hag taking auto attacks, and Hag goes down as well. Pebbles, he's looking for another target, running so fast. You never knew that a rock could move this fast. He's going to find the Zephyr, and Zephyr's going to take some auto attacks. He's going to use the Chuck. Hellflower being applied onto Bubbles right there. Bubbles not going to be able to get away. Stalagmites onto Zephyr, and Zephyr's in some trouble. Draconis gets the last hit. Savage 6 streak. And guys, well...
I knew they were going to comment on another haste. I knew it was going to come. I was just waiting for it to happen.
Oh man, that is so many hastes. Somebody needs to go through and do another count of all those hastes, because it is quite a few. And Torture actually gets caught out right there. Diglett now dominating. Poor Bassett's just stuck out of position.
It is true though, like the last 2 haste runes have pretty much won oo7 the team fight. So like I understand why they are complaining, but on the other hand, they should do a better job at rune controlling if that's the case.
Yeah, well, when you're stuck to your 2 camps and your Ancients, it's hard to get rune control. It's hard to get map control of any means when this Fade's had an eye since 18 minutes into the game.
Yep, I mean, like, oo7, like I said, is playing it very well.
Oh, Bat Blast goes out onto Draconis right there. Not really doing a whole lot. Shrunken Head Metamorphosis activated. Draconis is going to go down. Pebbles might be next as he's stuck by the kelp field. Glacius is going to take a fall here, and Fate is able to blink out. Pebbles TPing out. He's able to get away, and, well, Pharaoh's going to try to man up onto Wretched Hag. Barbed Armor activated. Wrath of the Pharaoh going to stun Warbeast for now. Shell Surf's going to go out, and they're going to be able to bring down Pharaoh. He does go down, so a big turnaround there for Pencils, bringing down two of the main players in Draconis and the Pharaoh, and they pick up the kill on the Glacius as well.
That was very good. I mean, oo7 should have saw that. They shouldn't have overstimmed to that tower. I feel like they got a little greedy there. They didn't need to do that. I mean, they have their Ancients warded. They've been warding the Legion Ancients all game, so they don't need to force the extra tower there. They could have just got back and got more ahead than what they already were.
Yeah, they certainly could have gotten more ahead, but they do give up a few kills right there, and they might give up a kill in the middle lane. That tower takes some pressure, but no, the Legion team will back out. And I need to address one thing once again. I was told that I forgot Snoopy and Milkfat. I did forget Snoopy. Milkfat I did not forget because he gets a shout out pretty much every day on this stream. So, but of course, big shout out to Sam. Milkfat for being the head admin here. Your friend and mine, making sure that HoN Tour runs nice and smooth.
He's just been doing an amazing job.
Yeah, he has. I think he's out here in California right now. I heard that he was on vacation.
Visiting his family for the holidays, I think, is what he's doing, yeah.
Yeah, I heard he was on vacation, so hope that he's having a good time. Now, and I'll tell you who is having a good time. Pebbles picks up a Shrunken Head. And, well, he's used it a couple times already. I guess I just haven't noticed because all the fights have been on top of snow, and I can't see Shrunken Heads when they're on top of snow. But Shrunken Head and the Elder Parasite now, he's just a wrecking force in these fights.
The one thing about not seeing Shrunken Heads is there's some alt skins that you have a hard time seeing stuff on, like the Armadon skin, seeing the Null Stone. The Soul Stealer, the gold Soul Stealer skin, seeing a Shrunken Head. There's a few things I'm not too happy about, but anyways, back to this game. I do like the fact that Fine, or is it Fine or Fane?
Fine, either one.
I think it's Fine. I do like the fact that Fine is blocking the Hellborn Ancients with his wolves. He's been doing it quite a few times this game.
Yeah.
It's an awesome job of doing it.
I've watched him do that multiple times, and I asked him a couple months ago, I was like, how do I pronounce your name? And he typed back Fine. F-I-N-E. So I call him that. Sometimes I call him Fane because that's what everybody else calls him.
Yeah.
But
he's a nice guy. He's a really good jungler.
Yeah, he does a very good job here for Pencils. And both of these teams, of course, they're in the top 4 of Gold, so they're going to be moving back into the Diamond division.
Both of these teams get to move into the Diamond, correct?
Yes. They're going to be moving in along with Druids, Pew's team, and Mikey's team, Vitriolic Gaming. They're going to be moving up.
I actually kind of expected to see these 4 teams move into the Diamond League, so I'm not too surprised.
Yeah. Even though Diamond is top 16 teams, you can kind of say that the top 20 teams are all like Diamond caliber. Maybe even like 22 teams, because those top 4 from Gold are constantly interchanging with the bottom 4 from Diamond.
Yeah, I agree. And the thing is, some of the bottom from Diamond is from people not showing up. Like, they're in Gold, they get Diamond, then they stop, like, caring or giving up. I don't know. Like,
I don't know.
That happened a few times. I think with Duel as well, right? Duel was in Diamond, and then
Call It Karma, I believe.
Yeah, they get Diamond, then they have no show, and then they get dropped back down. It's just, what are you guys doing? It's not how you get qualified for the final HoN Tour tournament.
It's true. Fade actually walks in with a double damage, and is that a double damage? I thought she had a double damage there, but she does walk by a Ward of Revelation, so Fade is scouted out a little bit, and the chain reaction stun trying to make something happen. Not going to just yet. Hellborn team looks like they want to do something, but a nice counter word coming out. And will they engage right now? Fade engages onto the Zephyr. Combo's going to come out onto Zephyr. Hellflower being applied as well, and Zephyr will take a fall right there. Big Pat Blast on a couple of players. Glacius hits some trouble in the middle of it all, but no, the Hellborn team just turning it around. Draconis doing so much damage. Torture is going to be able to escape for now. Zephyr is still the only one down. No, Warbeast is going to be joining him. 6 feet under. Wretched Hag takes a glacial freeze, and she goes down as well. So Bubbles and Torture are able to escape. Wretched Hag buys back, and they're going to try to stop this Kongor. But do you think that they have any chance of stopping the big guy from going down?
No. I think he bought back to just in hopes that they stop doing it, or out of anger. But
Rage back?
They can't really stop them from doing it.
Are you saying that Sweet Pro just rage backed?
I mean, he could have. I'm not
I
saying
so.
he did, but I don't see a point in buying back at that point. Even with him buying back, there's no way he's stopping 5 people from doing Kongor. So
yeah, I think that it was certainly a possibility there. As I actually saw some bat blasts, especially in the middle lane, that appeared to be rage bat blasts, kind of just using them on one person like in vain. As well, Pencils. I mean, like I said, they lost to this We Are Spies team 0-2 in their last meeting earlier this week. And they might be a little bit frustrated and maybe not finding an answer and thinking that they should be doing better than this.
yeah, I do have to give like very big props to the Fade and the Glacius though on oo7.
Yeah, they've done well.
I mean, the Pebbles is doing a Pebbles thing, the Pharaoh is doing a Pharaoh thing, and the Dragon's doing a Dragon thing. You know, they just doing what their heroes are supposed to do. But the positioning from the Glacius and the Fade all game, and the counter warding with the ultimate, and scouting out fights, and the Legion knows that Fade's doing that, and they have blue wards down, but Fade's still not getting caught while scouting. Like their positioning has just been very well, and the warding by Jackal has been very well all game. And I have to recognize when I see that. It's really, really nice to see that. It's good supports.
Yeah, it certainly has been very, very well done by the supports on the Hellborn team. Of course, I mean, Fade, even though she's kind of broke, she's been saving up her money, gets the eye. She's held onto the eye for, 25 minutes now? Hasn't died. She picks up a portal key, and now she's getting only about 1,000 away from a Storm Spirit.
Yeah. Storm Spirit, I love that item.
I've heard that you like that item.
it's very good too against Bubbles War Beast. That's like the one thing that you can do is just toss your carry up in the air.
Pharaoh's in some trouble up top. He takes a haunt. The Metamorphosis being activated. The Barbed Armor goes up, and he's going to try to turn it around. He uses the Wrath of the Pharaoh. And will he be able to? No, he is going to go down. Barrier Idol activated, but not able to put out enough damage. So Torture takes a lot of it, a lot of the brunt right there. But in the end, Rookie does go down. 5 players from the Legion team required.
Dare I say choo-choo?
The train has left the station. Fade and Glacius make their way into the Legion team, taking this opportunity to try to get some warding and counter warding done. Jackal placing even more wards to just block out the safe camps here for the Legion, and just saying, no, you're not going to be able to get recovery farm in these locations. It's just not going to happen. And I really do love the warding and the counter warding, the map presence that these two supports have had this game.
Oh, did he see that ward be placed there?
I don't know. The one that Bassett's just counter warded?
Yeah, but doesn't that Revelation still see the one in the camp as well?
It might. Maybe. I'm not positive. Now, Pebbles has
bust out the ruler.
Pebbles has picked up a Frostfield plate now. And what do you think about that item on Pebbles?
I like it. I still feel maybe a Hellflyer would have been better, but it's not a bad item. I do like it versus like a War Beast. Gives you the armor and this minus attack speed. The one thing I do have to harp on oo7 is that they did a really good job warding the Legion jungle and stopping like Ancients, but they're not controlling their jungle that well. Legion's just freely walking over there, clearing all the stacks in whatever camps they have, and then walking back out. If you're going to ward the camps on the Legion side, then you need to protect your own jungle. You don't want them just take your farm and you're stopping their camps, you know?
I completely agree. Now, we do have some more big item pickups coming out here. We did have a Demonic Breastplate actually finished up on Pharaoh. That's being delivered right now. Going to be able to counter the one that Warbeast has had finished for some time. That's a pretty big pickup. Between that and the attack speed slow aura from Pebbles over here, that's 25 attack speed slow on the Frostfield plate. It's a pretty decent amount of negated attack speed and armor from the Demonic and the Frostfield. So Pebbles, I mean, he's got a ton of armor. He's going to be able to just stand in the middle of those team fights, just not taking a whole lot of damage from this.
And dare I say the rune he currently has in his bottle right now.
Oh my god.
That is pretty cool.
Man. So that haste is going to be pretty cool. Of course, going to be able to... actually, the Ward of Sight does get counter-warded over here. Nope! Wrath of the Pharaoh comes in. Torture is going to be in some trouble. He does go down. And, well, the ward does go down as well. So Bassett's saying, I will take that ward down with my last breath. But a nice hook there from our good buddy Rookie. And now the defensive tower in the bottom lane certainly in some trouble. The Geobane being activated in the defensive tower going to be in some trouble for sure. Oh, combo goes out onto Zephyr in the middle lane here. And Zephyr's going to be going down. Gets the barrier idol off. Bat Blast going to hit a couple, but Shrunken Head's being able to save them for the time being. Pharaoh in the midst of things. He's actually taking a lot of damage here from the Wretched Hag, but he will be able to escape. Just backs on up, and now the melee barracks definitely going to be... taking a lot of pressure. Draconis still in the front lines, has the Symbol of Rage available, takes down the melee racks. Combo going to be going out onto Warbeast right here. He's going to go down. Bubbles gets caught by the Burning Shadows. He goes down as well. Torture comes back with a big chain reaction. Agonizing Bond's going to be able to pull some back in. Torture takes a Dragon Flame though, and now going to take some auto attacks. The Cataclysmic Assault splitting up the attacks from Draconis, but Pencils looks to be down and out in this first game as they drop their second set of racks. Now down 30,000 experience and 25,000 gold.
It's not second set of racks, it's the first set of racks, but they got both the melee and ranged.
Oh, I thought they took mid. I'm completely wrong. Sorry.
It's cool. It's cool. But I do like how they played it. They had the Draconis in the front line, knowing the token has like a minute, 30 seconds left on it at the time.
Yeah.
Walking up, and even if he gets low against, like, let's say Zephyr is able to get his barbed armor off, Draconis got a Symbol of Rage, so it doesn't really affect him too much. So it was a really good pickup by him. The one thing about it, I don't like mixing barbed armor and Bear Idol. I mean, I feel like they're kind of counterproductive, because Bear Idol is there to make you take less damage from magic damage, but if you're got a barbed armor, don't you want to return the damage you take? So yeah. It's, I mean, I guess I can understand in the sense where they have a Pebbles Fade, but then at that point, just get tankier. Don't waste your money on a barbed armor. But if I do like the barbed armor, then don't waste your money on a Bear Idol, or have someone else get it.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong having it on the team, but have someone else get it then at that point. Don't have it on you.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. Now, and I want to point out something else. You don't like those items. I do like the items that Glacius has picked up. Look how rich this Glacius is. He's got 33 creep kills and not a ton of kill involvement, as he's actually in trouble here. But no, he's able to just dodge 5 players there from the Hellborn using the Energizer that he picked up. He's also got the Astrolabe and the Abyssal Skull if he needs it, and, well, he might be in some trouble now. Takes a haunt from Hag. They're going to be trying to go for a balls-out push. We got a base race going on. Rax in the top lane going down from Draconis. They're going to turn their attention toward the defensive towers, and we have a true base race going on. Who's going to be able to bring down these defensive towers first? It's going to be a Burning Shadows. Going to be going out onto a couple here in the Hellborn base, activating the Barrier Idol. The first tower is going to be going down, but on the other side, the World Tree's already exposed. Draconis actually picks up, what is he doing? He picks up a Doombringer, and he's going balls out onto the World Tree. The base race is going on. Looks like a couple players are already gone down. Torture is already dead. Pharaoh's in the middle of it, trying to make something happen. Combo going out onto Warbeast. The tower's getting so low. The base is so low, but on the other side, the World Tree goes down. And GG, well played, as Hellborn, We Are Spies 007 takes the first game here. That just turned into a base race so fast.
What a way to end the game. I mean, I don't think that was smart on 007's part at all to risk it even that close. I mean, you're already up. You're up like what, 25k gold and XP. You have pretty much 2 sets of racks. Just TP back and defend your base, and then just push middle after you TP back. I mean, that was very scary. I feel if the Draconis didn't pick up the Doombringer right there, and Pharaoh didn't buy it, like wasn't able to buy it, like didn't think about buying a TP, they might have just lost the game there. Like they underestimate the power of War Beast pushing like.
Warbeast does push very fast, but oh my god, I got some heart palpitations, man.
I was like, are they really gonna lose this game? No way. I was thinking to myself, I was like, there's no way they're actually losing the game to letting them base race. That was very scary.
That was so. That was so ballsy from both of those teams to go into that. But guys, that is just game number 2. I mean, that's the first game for today, but technically game number 2, as we did have a 1-0 lead for We Are Spies. And they're up now 2-0, just one game away from closing it out and taking the championships here for HoN Tour Gold number 2. This has been Beef in the Lawn, your casting host. We're going to go to a quick break while we get game number 2 set up, guys. Don't go anywhere. This is coLcast, Beef in the Lawn, HoN Tour Gold, Grand Finals, game number 3 coming up next. We'll catch you guys.